Hello family and friends, this is Rob the Sapper gardener out here early in the morning as I do almost every day. Get up early, we take out Maggie, and then I take a quick walk around the garden just to see if there's anything that needs to be done. And we live here in Northern Virginia, but there's some days, some periods of time, like I feel like we're in the Pacific Northwest, because it rains. And I always say, well, I'll cut the grass when it dries up. We'll get a day, I'll go out, I'll say, oh, it'll be dry tomorrow, and then it rains. So just real quick, look at the garden and some of the loveliness and some of the weediness. Mr. B, they're getting an early start to the day. And like Homestead Aquarius likes to say, we love our garden helpers, as long as they don't sting us. Lots of marigold planted this year. Not a lot of it germinated and successfully grew, and we'll never be without asparagus. And we expect to have lots of Asian long beans. We've harvested a lot already, and we expect more. And this mammoth sunflower has not given us flowers yet, but we expect this one to be about 10 feet before long. And it's thick enough to use as a weapon in case somebody breaks into the garden. And we hope to have lots more flowers. We've got a few more warm months, and we expect to have lots more flowers for our pollinators. And one of our experiments in these two beds, this one and this one, we weeded it because it was overloaded with grass. We weeded it, flame weeded it, hand-tilled it, and then we put buckwheat in this one as a cover crop to see how it would do. And in this one we did a cover crop mix that we got from one of the online stores, and you can see the buckwheat is doing much better. We actually came in and we deadheaded it because we don't want the flower seeds to spread everywhere, which we'll deadhead it again, and we'll keep doing that until the winter time comes. But the other cover crop mix, which is a mix of clover and other seeds, just did not outcompete the grass at all. So I'll come back out here, I'll hand weed this bed, I'll hand till it, I'll flame weed it, and then I'll reseed it with buckwheat. And we may start doing that with all these beds that have gotten overgrown because we just didn't put enough crops in, and we didn't sow behind the crops we pulled quickly enough. So we think buckwheat may be one of the answers, in addition to just using black mats to cover them up so that we don't get the weed issues. And our Rosa rugosa are looking beautiful this time of year. So it's nice to have edible and beautiful plants in the garden. And this will be loaded with fruit late summer, fall. Our hot peppers did not grow as quickly and bountifully as our mild peppers. But this lemon starburst is starting to produce some tiny ones I can see back in there. So hopefully this turns into a huge bush and we have some lemon starburst to add to our hot pepper mixes. this year. And our sweet potatoes are doing good, at least on the surface. Another month or two, when they start to die back, we'll see if we get any alien sweet potatoes this year. Same over there. This was a gifted variety from our Secret Santa in Island Paradise. These are some of the Asian sweet potatoes that we have been harvesting over the years and just saving and replanting. In this keyhole bed, we've taken out some volunteer sweet potatoes and other plants. We've got some Malabar spinach growing in there, and we've also added some peanuts that we hope will germinate and help cover up this bed so that we don't have to worry about weeds and other things in there. And going back to the theme of hot peppers, we've got some Traveler strain jalapenos, and they're growing and they're finally starting to give us some fruit. I see one nice big one there, which I'm probably going to pluck off today, and we'll wait to get more from these plants. We've got pepper sprinkled throughout the garden, and hopefully we have them spread out enough where we don't have too much cross-pollination going on, because we do want to save pepper seeds. But yeah, we're looking forward to making some hot sauce with some of the different ones that we've bought and some of the different pepper plants that have been gifted to us from our friends in the community, like UT 33200, Eric Hale, yeah, just so many friends that we can't name them all. And speaking of black mats, I actually did some video a while ago, which I never put out, on some of our ways to treat for weeds. Oh, sorry, we got to get a shot of our garden helpers real quick. So it's about 5:30 in the morning, and we see that these guys, yeah, they don't work by the hour. They get out as quickly as they can. But back to what we were saying, we use these black mats that we got to help keep our walkways clean, and every few days we move them if it's sunny. These work great when it's a hot sunny day. They actually kill the grass in the pathways like this one, and then we just roll them up. We come and we move them over and leave them a few days in the next pathways. And we have probably 6 or 8 of these of different lengths that we're learning to cycle through to kill the grass on pathways. Grass still grows back, so we may have to add in to just doing these, also doing our vinegar spray and the flame weed. This one, we had a 6-foot mat, and we moved it probably a week, 2 weeks ago, and you can see the grass is still growing back. So nothing is 100% in the garden, but these black mats help. And we've got some 20-foot mats, some 10-foot mats, and some 6-foot mats just to kind of jigsaw puzzle around in our garden. And some of these we also use in our garden beds. But yeah, we definitely like those. We've also got some silage tarp that I'm going to cut up that we're going to start using for our garden beds along with the cover crops. And 2 new additions to the garden. We did these planter benches, so we have spaces. We can put 2 plants in each bench, and then we got a sitting space. We've got another one over there which I've probably shown, and we're trying to decide what we're going to put in here. The wood is supposed to be safe to plant directly in, but we will probably not do that. I will either put a bag, which if I could show you some, we've got some empty bags still. I'm sure we've got some. Yep. So we've got one over there. See if I can zoom in. So we will probably either put one of those in each of these to have a little protection for the wood, even though this wood is supposed to be already treated for water. And I still came back and I put 2 coats of water treatment on it, water stain. You can see the beaded water in it and on it. We still probably will not put potting soil directly in it. We'll do a grow bag, or if we can find pots that'll fit in here very evenly, we may do that. But if you guys have any ideas of what would be good to put in here, we're going to get some feedback on this one before we plant in them. And these are fairly mobile. That one may stay there or it may get moved. This one will definitely get moved. This is our secondary seating item. Sitting area. We have a seating area up on our deck. This will be secondary because we got the fire pit here, but we'll move it back some, or we'll make some adjustments to it so that it kind of looks a little better than it does now. But yeah, any ideas on what we could put in here, we'll get some feedback, and then once we do that, we'll give a shout out to whoever gives us the best idea. So, real quick morning update. Yeah, we got everything out here, and our shishito peppers are still, shishitos can be like summer squash. They just keep giving and giving and giving to the point where after a while you're like, I don't want any more shishitos. I don't think we'll get to that point, but it's going to be close because we've eaten a ton of shishito peppers and we're going to eat a ton more. We pulled out one of our dragon tongue beans and replanted. I can't read what we replanted in there, but I'll take a look. But we still have one with some beans on it right here, next to our shishito and our bay laurel, which, yeah, I'm going to turn you guys around for a second. This is one of the more perplexing things that we have in our garden, because one bay laurel is just taken off and done outstanding. We got 2. The sister plant's alive, but it hasn't taken off the way this one did. We actually got a lot of mushrooms in there too, which is a good sign. Mushrooms let you know the soil is alive and vibrant. But yeah, we would hope that both these are taken off, because we intend to keep one out in the garden because it is hardy in our zone, and one we were going to keep as a house plant, which we may still do. We may transfer the small one. We may clean off the root, the pot, and transfer this plant into a small indoor planter. But just a big surprise to see one probably 2 feet tall now, and one barely 6 inches. So we're glad they're alive. This one is almost ready for us to start collecting leaves from. We'll give it a little bit more time. But the small one, yeah, we'll just leave it to continue to grow and hopefully become hardy. So I was able to read the leaf, and this is a French tarragon transplanted in there, which you can see along with our mesclun mix. And Mr. B, yeah, Mr. B don't care if I'm filming, he'll just come and do his business. So we got French tarragon there. We've got some hot peppers and planters we added over here, which we hope they'll do good on the deck so that we can come out. We've actually got some Thai holy basil mixed in with the Scotch bonnet pepper plants, which we've always wanted to grow more Scotch bonnet orange peppers, so we'll see how those do. And of course we got our bullnose peppers here in honor of our friend the Bull's Garden, which we hope we'll be collecting sweet bell peppers off of this one pretty soon. So, real quick garden update. Almost forgot to mention our gifted and purchased fig plants there, which are all doing good and which will all get transplanted out. Well, not all. We have 6, we have 4 that were gifted to us by our Secret Santa friend and 2 more that we had purchased, and we've got some down in pots on the ground, and we'll probably transplant 6 to 8 of them out into Micro Orchard 1, and the rest we'll keep in containers and let them get a little bit bigger over the years. But just wanted to do a quick garden update for everyone. I'm going to go in, take a shower, get dressed, and see what we can do out in the garden. Today it's supposed to be a rainy day, so we'll have to work between the raindrops. But as always, this is Rob, the Sapper Gardener, saying God bless our great country America, you wherever you reside around the world, your garden, your harvest, your kitchen, your meals, and especially your family to have health, success, and prosperity. Take care. Sapper out.